Chemical equations are the most efficient way to communicate chemical reactions. For example, this equation communicates that hydrogen reacts with oxygen to produce water. But the important thing about chemical equations is they should obey the law of conservation of matter, which says matter can neither be created nor destroyed. Meaning in chemical equations or chemical reactions, atoms can neither be created nor destroyed. So for every chemical equation, the number of atoms of each element on the left side should equal that on the right side. And when that happens, we say the chemical equation is balanced. So the goal of this video is to practice identifying whether an given equation is balanced or not. So let's begin. Let's start with the chemical equation where hydrogen reacts with nitrogen to form ammonia. Ammonia is the key ingredient of fertilizers, which is super important to produce enough food to feed the world, okay? Now, how do we balance chemical equations? Well, remember these subscripts that you see over here, those are the things that we cannot change, all right? But what we can change is the coefficients that are in front of the chemical formulae. Now, let's say that there are 3 students who attempt to balance this chemical equation, and here's what they get. Our goal is to look at them and see if the equations are balanced or not. How do we do that? Well, we just have to check whether the number of atoms of each element is the same on the left and on the right side of the arrow mark. And the best way to do that is to write it down and keep track of it. So let's start with this one, okay? So we have 2 elements, nitrogen and hydrogen. Let's see how many of each one we have, how many atoms of each one we have on the left and on the right. So how many atoms of nitrogen do we have on the left? Well, how do we calculate that? Just multiply the coefficient with the subscript, okay? So 1 times 2 is 2. How many do we have on the right? Well, again, multiply coefficient with the subscript. If you don't have any subscript, it just means 1. Okay, so 2 times 1 is 2. So the number of nitrogen atoms works out. It's the same on the left and right. So that's good. And by the way, remember, if you don't have anything, that means if you don't have anything as a coefficient, it means it's 1. So this 1 was not really necessary. Okay, but now let's look at hydrogen. How many do we have on the left? Well, 2 times 2 is 4. On the right side, we have 2 times 3, which is 6. So the number of hydrogen atoms is not the same on the left and right, and therefore this equation is not balanced. Okay, what about this one? Feel free to pause the video and try it on your own if you want, but let's check. For nitrogen, well, we have 1 times 2, and on the right side, we have 2 times 1, so that works out. What about hydrogen? Well, we have 3 times 2 on the left, 6, and 2 times 3 on the right, 6. So hydrogen also works out. This chemical equation is balanced. Okay, what about this one? Well, again, let's see. Nitrogen. We have 2 times 2, which is 4 on the left, and 4 times 1, which is 4 on the right. Okay, that's good. And we have 6 times 2, that is 12 on the left, and we have 4 times 3, that is 12 on the right. So that works out. So is this equation also balanced? Well, technically, the law of conservation of matter holds. But the problem with this equation is we like to write chemical equations with the smallest number of molecules that will show their relative proportions, of the extremely large quantities that we're dealing with over here, okay? In other words, we want the coefficients to be simplified. But look here, the coefficients are just doubled. And so yes, the law of conservation of matter holds, but that would be true if you had tripled or if you had quadrupled as well, right? But because these are not in the lowest whole number ratios, this is not the correct way to write the chemical equation. This is the correct way to write the chemical equation. All right, in the next one, we have aluminum reacts with diatomic oxygen to produce aluminum oxide. Feel free to pause and try and balance yourself. Otherwise, let's look at the 3 samples and see which one of them is balanced. Let's start with this one. Again, we have aluminium and we have oxygen. So let's keep count of their atoms. So if we start with aluminium, on the left side, how many do we have? Well, 2 times 1 is 2. And on the right side, we have 1 times 2 is 2. Works out. What about oxygen? Well, on the left, we have 3 times 2, which is 6. And on the right side, we have 1 times 3, which is 3. It doesn't work out. This equation is not balanced. Let's try over here. How many aluminium on the left side? 4 times 1 is 4. And over here, 2 times 2 is 4. So aluminium works out. And what about oxygen? Well, on the left, you have 6 times 2, which is 12. On the right, we have 2 times 3, which is 6. No, so close. So even this does not work out. This equation is also not balanced. So what about this one? This could be it. Let's see. Aluminium, 4 on the left, 2 into 2, 4 on the right. This works out. 3 times 2 for oxygen, 6 on the left. And 2 times 3, 6 on the right. This works out. This is the one. Yay, this equation is balanced. All right, let's move on to the next one. On to the last one. We have methane reacts with oxygen to produce water and carbon dioxide. Ooh, this one's a doozy. So again, we have 3 samples and we have to check which of them is balanced. All right. And here's a quick tip for balancing. Whenever we notice that there are certain elements which are on multiple compounds on the same side, like oxygen that you can see over here, we want to save that one for the last, all right? So let's look at how many of each we have on the left and right. So let's start with carbon. How many do we have on the left? Well, we have 1 times 1, which is 1. And on the right, we have 1 times 1, which is 1. So carbon works out. What about hydrogen? Well, on the left, we have 1 times 4, which is 4. And on the right, we have 2 times 2, which is 4. Hey, hydrogen works out as well. Could this be the one? Let's see. Oxygen. On the left, we have 3 times 2, which is 6. On the right, we have 2 times 1, which is 2. But there's more. We also have 1 times 2, which is another 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4. We get 4. And that does not work out. This equation is not balanced. Okay, what about this one? Start with carbon again. We see 1 on the left. And we also see 1 on the right. This is good. What about hydrogen? We see 4 on the left. And we see 2 times 2, 4 on the right. So this is again good. What about oxygen? We see 2 times 2, 4 on the left. And we see on the right, 2 times 1 is 2. And 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. This is the one. Yes, got it right. So this equation is indeed balanced. Okay, what about last one? Well, let's see. Again, carbon. 1 on the left, 1 on the right. This is good. Hydrogen, we have 1 times 4 on the left, 2 times 2, 4 on the right, which is also good. What about oxygen? Well, we have 1 times 4 on the left, and we have 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 times 2 is 2. 2 plus 2, 4 on the right. This is also, wait, what? Is this also correct? So this is also balanced? Did you see? Can you spot something? What's wrong over here? Look, this student changed the subscript altogether. That's not allowed. Oxygen is supposed to be diatomic. You can't just change the subscript. You can only change the coefficient. So that's why this is wrong. This is a wrong chemical equation altogether. So this is the right one. So long story short, chemical equations are efficient ways of communicating chemical reactions or chemical changes. But importantly, in a chemical reaction, atoms are not created or destroyed. Matter cannot be created nor destroyed. Law of conservation of matter, okay? So atoms only rearrange themselves. Therefore, the number of atoms of each element on the left should always equal that on the right. And when that happens, we say the chemical equation is balanced. But remember, the coefficients must be simplified and they must represent the lowest whole number ratio. And finally, remember, you cannot change the subscripts. That would change the chemical formula altogether. That's not allowed. The only thing you're allowed to do while balancing is to change the coefficients.